We are more ignorant about consciousness than we are distant galaxies that formed 10 billion years ago, more ignorant about consciousness than we are about the inner nucleus of an atom. Why? Because we're not looking. The Buddhists have about a 2,500-year head start on us on that one. Because I've been studying Western theories, materialistic theories of mind for about 30 years now. What's interesting is I've not found one theory, and John knows perfectly well there's a lot of theories, property dualism, substitutalism, and so forth. There's some neuroscientists believe consciousness doesn't exist. There's a philosopher who believes that appearances don't exist. There's a really white, cockeyed theories out there. What I've noticed they all have in common is not a single one is empirically testable. They're just beliefs. What happens if you spend 8, 10, 12 hours a day probing into the nature of your mind from a first-person perspective, and your mind, with all of its human thoughts, perceptions, memories, and so forth, is calmed to the point of silence? You comment in your book, Sean, silence is possible, but your heart keeps on beating. Fine, but withdraw your awareness from your body. Withdraw it entirely into the mind, which happens when you're dreaming, when you're going to deep sleep. Let your mind shut down in terms of all of the explicit cognitive activity, emotional and so forth. And what has been discovered, and I'll just say has been discovered, is that you move beyond that whole dimension, which is the only dimension that modern science knows about, the conscious mind, the unconscious mind, that's it. You move beyond both of those. You penetrate through both of those to an underlying, now I'm going to use the word underlying continuum of consciousness that's purely mental, but it's not human. There's nothing human about it. It has no gender, no personal history. It's a simple continuum of cognizance, a flow of consciousness. And it, and not the brain, is the repository of memories. Now here's the hypothesis. I'm not asking anybody to believe this. Just as Sean said, you may not believe what I'm saying, so feel free to disagree. I'm saying something that is not simply conjecture or belief, but this is something that's been discovered and rediscovered hundreds and hundreds of times over the last 2,500 years and longer. Penetrate through your psyche to a deeper level of consciousness, an underlying level of consciousness that isn't even human. And that's the actual repository of memories. The brain is the keyboard, this underlying continuum is the hard drive, if we want to use the hackneyed computer analogy. Now that's said to be a discovery that's been replicated thousands of times. And they'll tell you exactly how you can put this to the test.